Welcome to this conversation, Swami Chidananda Ji and Rajinikanth Ji. I'd like to begin by asking Rajinikanth Ji, how have the Kriya Yoga teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda Ji helped you in your life and work?
It's a very difficult question to answer, but it's completely, they have taken care. It is like that energy that is leading and that is taking me. Yes.
And how did you discover them, and how have been the last 20 years or more since you've been practicing?
Yeah, from 2003 I got initiated. So as I told there in Ranchi, first a few years I never felt any change or nothing happened actually. Means we think no, some miracle will happen, body will go up, 2 inches from some hallucinations, visions, they expect that actually. The beginners, we expect. No, that is not at all. Later actually, you have to know, no, don't expect all that. Just do sincerely, Kriya. Then later, automatically, without my knowledge actually, I am very restless fellow actually. Very restless.
All of us are.
So without my knowledge I was calmed down, and people used to say, how come actually you are so quiet now, so peaceful. Then only I came to know, oh yes, then I identified it. Just started Kriya. Then now I'm 75. People saying, they say, oh, why is looking better, day to day, better. He's saying this is only because of Kriya Yoga.
There's a glow on your face, for sure. Swamiji, thank you for your divine presence in India, your loving presence. The youth of India, as in the world, and busy people, they find it difficult to focus. They are restless, and they need that spiritual life to begin, that sadhana to begin. What should they do, and how can Guruji's teachings, the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, help them?
Oh, what a beautiful question. And yeah, we hear so often about the special pressures and special demands that modern technologically driven society, media driven society places on the youth today. But human beings are human beings, and that kind of restlessness, that kind of struggle to focus and to find a purpose, to find a direction in life, this is universal. This is universal because as long as we don't realize that the purpose of life is to form a personal interior divine connection with the soul and then with the divine being, the eternal spirit, we will be restless. We'll be wanting to run over here and look for this, and let me put my attention on that. Always because the heart and the soul are crying out, where is it? Where is it what I'm looking for? And so youth of today, just like when I was a youth, it wasn't that long ago. Don't pay attention to the gray hair. But youth will always have that struggle. But how blessed if they can somehow make time just to look for something a little deeper. And it's not a big revolutionizing or disruption of the life. It can be just a gradual making time for a little bit of meditation, some satsang, fellowship with other divine seekers Because the environment we are in, so powerful that, you know, the old saying, you show me a person's companions, I'll show you what the person is. So you associate with divine companions, you become more calm, you become more peaceful, you become more clear about what life is all about. So what can I say? Read Autobiography of a Yogi, visit the online resources that Guruji's organization has provided, and just explore. Let your heart lead you. Don't be afraid to explore, and don't be influenced by anyone but what your own heart has to tell you, and everything will be fine.
Swamiji, one more question for you. You've been a monastic for about 45 years. You have the very important responsibility of the President of Self-Realization Fellowship and Yogoda Satsang Society of India. And sometimes these are obviously onerous responsibilities, difficult work. How does Kriya Yoga help you personally? How have you benefited over there? If you may like to share, please.
Yeah. Now I borrow one of your page from your book. What can one say? But first of all, I never think of it as a difficult or onerous responsibility. It is only a joy, because it gives me such a blessed opportunity to see what these gurus are doing in the lives of so many. And when you ask, and what does Kriya Yoga provide in this? I could take hours to describe that, but I'll just focus on one thing. Kriya Yoga gives you a living connection, a living link that's in real time, a dynamic source of guidance, of strength, of joy, of enthusiasm. And once you establish a regular routine of Kriya Yoga, it doesn't come instantly, just like you're saying. At the beginning of it, you have to do some work.
Yeah.
You have to do some work. That no one is going to give you a magic mantra or magic substance or talisman, and then instantly you say, "Oh, I'm in bliss." You have to do the work. But after you spend time learning and practicing and attaining at least a little bit of proficiency in that art of that interior yoga of reorienting the consciousness away from all of the craziness and chaos and disappointments of the outer world, reorienting that to that sanctuary within. That becomes a place where you can stand, and that's where I try to stand every day of my life. And by his blessings to deal with whatever comes my way as part of this responsibility.
And lastly, Swamiji, this busy person we're talking about, this young person, he has an inclination towards the spiritual life. He doesn't know what to do yet. So what are the first baby steps that he should take? And maybe you can talk about the lessons also.
Yes, yeah. Well, as you've so beautifully pointed out, just like with all of us, we were making our baby steps at one time, isn't it? And for me, as well as for millions of others, we began by reading this wonderful life story of Paramahansa Yoganandaji. And for me, I had something inside that I didn't know how to address. I didn't know how to even begin to put a name on it. What am I looking for? What am I missing in life? And I think one of the great blessings that comes from investigating this book, and then as one is led, investigating some of the other resources online, in our YouTube channel and our website that explain more and more deeply. But I think the great power and the great blessing is not that it magically conveys some instant transformation, but for me, and I know for others, you do get instantly, I feel, instantly you have a sense, this man knows what he's talking about. This one has achieved what he's writing about. And all I have to do is be humble and ask the questions, please show me the way, teach me the way. And he has done so methodically, so systematically in these marvelous Yogoda Satsanga Society lessons. It's all there, all there. He physically left the earth many years ago, but did that with a smile on his face because he knew he was leaving the essence of what he could impart personally during his life now can be imparted to anyone who undertakes those beautiful Yogoda Satsanga Society lessons, techniques of meditation, techniques of living a balanced life, finding peace, finding harmony with our associates, and on and on and on.
Rajinikanth, one last question to you. Swamiji talked about balancing life. What is your message to the youth of India and the busy people of India? How can they balance their life just as you have done?
See, our our tradition, our culture is so great. Even the foreigners, so they are looking at India for the spiritual. How can say it is? So we are so fortunate actually to take a birth in this sacred land. So many youth, though they are not aware of that. So they should actually, take a time and about the spiritual. That they should read some spiritual books.
Yes.
Spiritual
Practice.
Teachings of like Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, like that. And here the technique is given by, Yogananda ji. It is like Amrit. So they say but the technique, that is the fast track. Fast track technique actually it is. So if they practice it sincerely, and while practicing it also, we need satsangam actually. Not just practicing, I've got initiate Kriya and satsang is very important. But now in this worldly society, people, and now it is very, very difficult to get like-minded people. So only the books, the spiritual books, like even Swamiji has written so many. I like the Divine Romance, his teachings, even the tapes are there. So constantly we have to listen to that. So constantly you will be in touch with that, that you will be that in that vibe. With that actually you do Kriya. It is excellent, and more they should. For peace, without peace you can't do anything. A peaceful mind will attain anything. A easeful body, peaceful mind, useful to society.
That's a perfect answer. Thank you so much. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Rajinikanth.
Thank you.
So beautifully expressed.
So nice. I'm so happy. I've seen photograph, but when I see a person, I'm really, I surrender to you. Great.
So we have another chance to meet again.
Yes.
Now, may I offer you this as a memento of our time together. Now, in Mount Washington, where Guruji lived, and he preserved his living quarters as a shrine, and this mala has been specially blessed there in that shrine, and I would like you to receive that with his love and blessings. A beautiful slipcase autobiography, in case you need one for one here, one here, one here.
I take it.
Swamiji, may I please get a picture if you permit with both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you do?
Thank you so much.